From the 7,000 who were qualified, you 7 have been selected for the longest and greatest space mission in the history of humanity.
Blaze, I noticed you're drinking water.
Yeah,
you don't normally drink before the shows?
I try and drink 3 litres of water a day, and lemon water. I try and drink that because the lemon is good to balance your body into the alkaline, and also it's really good for your digestion, lemon. And to get on your throat, if you have any mucus or anything, it's good for that.
Gets rid of it. This is Eric. He was in Montreal last time. He was at the meet and greet 2 years ago in Montreal. And this year he's coming back to today, and he's coming on Saturday in Montreal as well.
Yeah, really good so far. We had a good rehearsal. Like 2 guys from last year and 2 new guys, and it's really coming together. So he's feeling really good. Last year the set was more Maiden basic shirt and small my own solo stuff.
Well, it becomes a give and take. The fans take a lot back from you, right? So it's everyone we get a little piece of that. So.
Here with Aaron. Aaron, have you seen Blaze Bayley before with Iron Maiden?
Yes, I have, Scott.
Yes, yeah.
That's why I got the new Blaze Bayley t-shirt here. The four Canadian shows on it. 1998, I saw the Virtual 11 album, and it was at Jerry Park in Montreal, and Neo opened up, and it was a fantastic show, and just thrilled to see Blaze Bayley in 2014 in Ottawa and in Kingston, and we're back in 2016, and we got this guy here from Perth as well, Andrew.
Blaze?
Yeah.
I think they're ready for you. We have water, we have beer, we're all good.
stage, and most of the transitions and the parts were good. Overall, it was a really good night, and we had a great reaction from the fans. You couldn't ask for better, really, and people knew the songs from the new album, Entanglement, and were singing along to it, so it's great, it's a big success. I was living with my father in Tamworth, which is not far from Birmingham, and we had a big music section in the local paper, in the weekly local paper, and there was a small thing in there, wanted, heavy metal singer, no experience necessary. And that I thought, well, something is happening, things are coming together, and that was Wolfsbane. And Jace Edwards, a guitarist, and Jeff Haitley went to school together, and they were still at school, and they were putting their own band together. And the drummer in the band was an ex-girlfriend of mine, and everything seemed to come together. And so I went and I had the audition, and I was the only one that had the audition, and so I got it, and that was the story, really. We were never good enough to play covers properly, so we made our own 10 original songs so we could do our first gig. We were always about being a live band, we never really thought about recording, and that's how we started playing. I think we played a local school fete, we did about 5 songs, you know, and different things that you do when you start off, and gradually we had a certain amount of determination, and we had a lot of different drummers as well as time went on, and we just kept going. And then finally, when Steve Danger joined the band on the drums, that's when things really got moving. That's when we had 4 really serious people in the band who were serious about music and performing and touring, and that's when it really started doing something. And at one point we were the biggest unsigned heavy metal band in the UK, and we could play to 300 people. That's before we had a record deal. That's what it was like back then, and they were great days, and I still think of those days with a great deal of affection.
When I was in Maiden and we wrote this song together, they said heavy metal was dead. They said Iron Maiden was dead. They said Iron Maiden would never survive. Well, it doesn't matter what your dream is. It doesn't matter how simple it is. If you want to do something, they will tell you it can't be done. If you want to follow your dream, they will tell you it is impossible, because it's impossible for them. They are scared to see anybody do well in case it shows them for the shit that they are. They are the virus. There's an evil virus threatening mankind. Not state of the art, a serious state of the mind. Muggers, backstabbers, two-faced elite, a menace to society, fucking disease.
We got our first record deal with Wolfsbane because of Slayer and King Diamond, and we'd managed to get a gig supporting King Diamond at Hammersmith Odeon, and it was a massive deal for us. Hammersmith Odeon was like a really, really important place in heavy metal. Iron Maiden in those days could play Hammersmith Odeon 7 nights in a row, and it was incredible for us. Anyway, we went and we did this support slot for King Diamond, who was an absolute gentleman and a lovely, lovely man. And there was a review of that gig, and the review of the King Diamond gig was on page 2 of Kerrang, which was the biggest heavy metal magazine in the UK at the time. And on page 3, there was a big picture of Slayer and a review of them. And Rick Rubin, who was running, had his own label, Deaf American Records, at the time, he was producing Slayer, and they were on his label, and he saw this review of Slayer, and then he saw the review of Wolfsbane supporting King Diamond, and he said to George Tracoulius, who was his partner in the label, who's this Wolfsbane band, and why haven't I heard of them before? And then George Tracoulius went and found a demo tape on a market in New York, where in those days we all swapped tapes, and he found a Wolfsbane demo, which was our yellow demo called, I think it was the Wasted But Dangerous demo, and he got it to Rick Rubin and he loved it. Our phone number was on there, and Rick Rubin phoned me up, and it was unbelievable. Rick Rubin, Slayer producer, Beastie Boys, phoning me, and we started talking about the deal and talking about music, and not long after that, then he flew us to Los Angeles and we made our first album.
The beginning. The first Wolfsbane album. Of course, I have also the Wasted But Dangerous 12-inch and the various demos that preceded this record, but this was the debut. Alright, much better was the follow-up. All Hell's Breaking Loose at Little Kathy Wilson's Place. Equally good songs, but it just sounded better. This is kind of more what Wolfsbane really sounded like. Third album. Downfall. The Good Guys. Downfall. The Good Guys. Yeah, another great record actually. Another great album. A little heavier, a little tougher, a little punkier, but yeah, great. Good stuff. Good songs. Good singing. The posthumously released self-titled Wolfsbane album, I believe, well, I know this was recorded before he joined Maiden, obviously, but released after he was announced as their singer. So this was the final album, and ironically, actually probably my favourite Wolfsbane album.
In Wolfsbane, we absolutely tried our hardest to make it, but we had a couple of things against us. One, grunge suddenly became popular, so a kind of heavy metal party band, serious about music but not taking themselves too seriously. When Kurt Cobain was, taking himself very seriously, then that wasn't good. The industry was just starting to change because of Napster and downloads, I think, and we never toured Europe the way that we toured the UK with just a van, keeping costs down. We never had the opportunity to go on tour and do our own Wolfsbane headline tour of small venues in Europe, and that really meant we didn't have that big base. So what was happening is, by the time it came around and I had the opportunity to audition for Iron Maiden, that even though we'd made, I think, 3 albums with Deaf American and 2 albums with Bronze Records, we just hadn't got anywhere. We hadn't got big sales. We hadn't got a big fan base outside of the UK. And the manager at the time said to me, if you have an opportunity to audition for Iron Maiden, you have to do it, because no one in the music business is interested in Wolfsbane anymore. And that was a real knife in my heart, that we weren't going to make it with Wolfsbane,
I mean, really, we should have been much further up than where we were, but we felt a lot of bad decisions. Not following up Iron Maiden, we supported Iron Maiden, I think it was 31 sold out shows in the UK, the last time they ever did anything like that, and we got an encore with Wolfsbane, we got an encore nearly every night, and we said to the management and the record company, we should go on tour after this and do our own tour just like in the old days. No, go and make your next album. And when we came back, it was as if we'd never supported Iron Maiden. Everybody forgotten us, things were moving that fast, you know.
Here's the band unloading, getting their stuff ready to go to the gig in Montreal here at Piranha.
So you guys are actually bringing it upstairs. Oh, yeah?
There we go, man. I'm following you.
Yeah.
I would help you, but I got my own stuff I'm carrying here.
I didn't get your name, man.
Jimmy.
And you do what?
I'm part of the band.
Are you part of the band?
Yeah.
Good. Security.
So it's been like so far 3 dates, right?
Well, 3 dates so far. It's been good so far. Well, a lot of road.
That's it.
Weird. Yeah, I'm weird. He's weird
So let me ask you. So when's the first time you saw Blaze play?
Yeah, my first time with Blaze was in 1996. I was living in São Paulo, Brazil. Yeah.
That's very cool.
And well, I was in the stadium. It was the Philips Monsters of Rock.
So was it Blaze or was it Iron Maiden?
It was Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And Iron Maiden was the headlining there. Then they put on the screen there the clock like 11:55. Everybody, what will happen? 11:58. They start Man on the Edge. I saw Blaze for the first time doing those moves. Yeah, it was awesome.
How many people were at the stadium at the time?
Oh, I need to check, but
70,000?
Around 50,000.
Okay, 50,000. Okay. We meet again, my friend.
How you doing?
Good.
I've been waiting downstairs for locals.
Do you have Wi-Fi here?
Indeed we do.
There was slot machines over here.
I want to do a photo downstairs. I'm trying to do it every show that I photo like something for a door so people know the show's actually going ahead.
What we need to do is immediately here or in front of the actual art.
In front of the building because people won't recognise this.
Fair enough.
I do it outside so that if people are walking up they see the thing from the photo.
I'll be the making of the photo.
The Wi-Fi password for you, okay?
Do you want me to take it? So this is the photo you take at every... Oh yeah.
So yeah, well, by the time I auditioned for Iron Maiden, we were almost over in Wolfsbane. I had the audition and a lot of different people auditioned. Then you had to have a second audition, which was going into the studio, and you had to sing along with some different things so they could hear your voice recorded as well. And it was a few weeks after that I had a meeting with Rod and Steve, and they said, yeah, we'd like to offer you to be in Iron Maiden. And of course I was absolutely over the moon, tinged with sadness that I hadn't made it with Wolfsbane, where I thought I would make it. But Iron Maiden was just the dream job, doing tours that lasted 9 months of the year, doing albums with no compromise musically, doing the lyrics and the music you wanted. The record company couldn't be involved, no one could tell you what to do. It was all about what the band were doing themselves and their own ideas. So it was fantastic, really. It was just a brilliant opportunity, and there was no music written before I joined Iron Maiden. So the X Factor album, my first album, was written with Steve Harris, with Yannick Gers and Dave Murray and Nico, and we worked on all the music together, and so it was a real collaboration. I think there's 5 or 6 of my ideas are part of that first album, and it worked absolutely great.
This is what the green room, I guess, looks like here. So this way we have no light issues. Hey, how you doing, man? That's a drummer.
Cheese and apple or mustard, I don't know.
It's the back room.
All of that sounds like
It's the back room here.
got a magic third ingredient.
That's me.
No,
Why can't you have just cheese on the
turkey
riser?
mustard.
Huh?
Turkey mustard.
It should just be turkey. Plain
Okay.
sandwiches.
Maybe there's a third box there.
Everything's got a magic third ingredient. That's like, it's too much. It shouldn't be like that.
Maybe it's a good one there. Oh.
What's that one say?
For an interview?
Yeah, so there's 2.
Alex. Cheese and apple.
I'm not going to have cheese. Cheese, apple and mustard. None of these sandwiches are really good.
Alex, it's 2 different kinds.
Is it okay? I don't want to film people who are, don't want to be filmed. Okay.
Alex.
I can't even see.
It's good. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. What's going on here?
Well, it's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Instead of the merch, make sure everything looks alright, everything's well displayed, and showcase on the table.
So what are we selling here?
We're selling Blaze's new CD.
Let's see here. Let me take a look here.
Which should be right around here. Infinite Entanglement.
All right, now okay. All right, so very nice. Yeah.
We have some cool shirts.
Let me see a shirt.
Exclusive Canadian design.
Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Flip it around.
We have the dates in the back.
He's downstairs. I don't know where you want to go.
We'll go over to
Find a place and we'll come back and get you.
yeah. Well, I wonder how quiet it is at
I think it's a magazine.
Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a magazine. I don't think they're going to shoot it. I'll go and talk to them. I'll get back.
It's still irrelevant because I have to talk loud and be interrupted. So I left Iron Maiden, not by choice, I was fired. They said I wasn't good enough, and I said, well, is Bruce coming back? And they said yes. And I think what was happening at the time was that worldwide CD sales had gone down, and EMI had closed all of their manufacturing facilities around the world. The record business was shrinking, partnerships were starting to come, different record companies were working together in partnership. So really, I think it was more of a business decision that Bruce came back at the time. And I was just gutted, man. I think it took me about 4 years really before I kind of accepted what had happened. And I think really if things had been slightly different, then it would have been very difficult for Bruce to come back, because the songs that I was working on at the time, the ideas for what I thought would be the third Iron Maiden album, I really thought that would be it. That third album would really show fans that we were serious and that this lineup would work. But I didn't get the chance to make that third album.
Yes, well, anyone who knows me knows I love Blaze Bayley. I loved him in Wolfsbane. I loved him in Iron Maiden. I love him solo. I love him everywhere. Wherever he is, I love Blaze Bayley. This one, Silicon Messiah, the first solo album, I guess you could call it. It was the Blaze band, but anyway, the first post-Maiden outing. Fantastic, absolute classic. A lot of people love this record. A lot of people who haven't heard this record need to hear this record. So good is, yes, the second Blaze album, The 10th Dimension. Should have sold a couple of million copies easily. Should have. Little bit different on this one. Blood and Belief, a little darker. It's probably actually my favourite out of the first the Blaze band albums.
Yeah, there is a Starbucks there.
So we're going for an interview, Alex?
No.
No, we're not?
Leaving you high and dry.
We should have went to HMV.
Why would you do that?
Well, are you doing the interview?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve, what magazine?
It's furieux.info. It's a website.
C'est en français ou c'est en anglais?
C'est en français.
C'est en français, ok.
Ouais.
So let's go to Starbucks. There we go. It's a little plug for Starbucks. Okay, here we go. Is it okay if I film you doing the interview?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sorry. All right, there we go. In Starbucks. Kind of weird.
Okay, let's talk about your new album first.
Yes. We started with the idea. It first came to me. I was doing 2 new songs to go with my soundtracks of my life, best of.
Here we go. The Man That Would Not Die. Very, very, very heavy record, actually. A lot heavier than the first 3 Blaze albums. The follow-up, Promise and Terror. I love this album. Very, very, very good. This was a return to the more melodic, traditional metal style. The acoustic EP, Russian Holiday, brings us to the present day. Infinite Entanglement. This is very, very, very close to an absolute classic.
this is me leaving Montreal, Canada now, and the very next thing is the warm-up gig in Copenhagen. This is now the beginning of the road to Husqvarna, which is on the 1st of October. So that's what's in my mind now. I've printed all the lyrics out. I'm listening constantly to the album, the narration, how we're going to fit the show together, and really looking forward to seeing the rest of the guys and start talking about how we're going to get it together. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Canada. It's been great. I've loved it now on the long journey to Husqvarna. So I'll see you all there. Leandro, do you know anybody who can help us, maybe? Maybe a friend of yours might be here, singer? Pat, come up here! Come up here, Pat! Come and help me, man! Because I need some help now. Now this guy was on Trou with me 2 years ago, giving it the big one, saying that this is the best city in Canada, right? Welcome on stage, Pat! From Maine, Quebec. Pat, you gotta help me, man, with these people. They're not white.
Let's make them scream, man.
Okay, this is it now. You ready? You ready? I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it. This Montreal, yeah? It's Canada! Scream for me, Montreal! Well, I'm born in Birmingham, in Dudley Road Hospital in Birmingham. That's what's on my birth certificate. And my father was a drama student at the time, and my mother had just left the army, and it was a thing called national service, which some countries still have, where after the Second World War everybody had to do 2 years in the army. She just left the army, and my father was a drama student, and they'd met actually in the army, and they were both from Birmingham area. My mum and dad were divorced when I was 3, and they both remarried again. So I've got a brother on my dad's side, and I've got a sister and a brother from my mum's side, but my mum and my dad sadly are both departed. So I try and get together with family whenever I can, but I'm always away, and it's when I'm home you always need like a few days to really get yourself recovered if you're not working, because I work at home as well, composing my songs and, you know, doing my social media and things like that. And a few months later, the manager came to me and said,
right, are you ready to start your training for hotel management? And I said no. I said I don't want to do it now. I've become involved in music. I'm in a band and I'm really serious about it, so I want to give all my time to that, and that was Wolfsbane. And so that was one of those moments that I look back at. I made that choice, even though, I mean, we were just young guys at the time. And the most important thing to me is my phones.